Hey y'all, what's up? Big Willie here, and welcome back to another episode of our Prison Escape Beginnings Let's Play. We're going to pretend I didn't just record like 5 minutes of this without my mic on, and this isn't my second take of the intro. So, today, I'm tired of not having storage. I was actually trying to put it off because we are going to need to get into actually additions to finish up the farmer because we need to empower those crystals that we got for free from the quest reward, which requires us to get all the way to the empowerer. But today is going to be all about AE2. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so you're going to notice that some of this seems a little weird. I recorded the first 5 minutes without the mic on. I am going to still use that footage because we've already got the inscriber here and we're already making stuff. So we have to keep going with the way we went. So we went ahead and we have an engineering, a calculation, and a logic processor all made up. And we're going to go take a look at what we're missing. Oh, it wants 5 of each. It helps to read the quest line. So we are going to need more silicone. Silicone comes from, let's see. Ooh, where does silicone come from? Look at that. So we can wrap it with, that's what we're going to do. We can wrap it with smelted nether quartz. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab out some nether quartz, and we're going to go over here and we're going to smelt a stack of nether quartz. And then we can use our 11 and we can duplicate it up. That's the way we're going to go to get our silicone for right now because I don't want to make that crusher. And I'm not real sure where the silicone we got came from. I'm guessing it's probably a quest reward. All right, so if we take this over here, that recipe says that I can make blocks of the right kind of silicone like this. Aha. And then, there we go. That's what we're doing. All right, so we're going to need a total of... We made 6, and we need 15 total. So we're going to need 9 more of these. So if we do that with a silicone press, let those smash up, then we can make the remaining 5 of each of these that it wants for us to have to get started. Cool. What does the charger take? All right, that is something we can go ahead and get going. The charger is what we will use to make charged Certus quartz. That is really kind of its main thing. You can charge other stuff in it, but, you know, its main purpose in AE2 is charge Certus quartz. So we need some more power. Let's get out a basic universal cable and come down. So charger, there we go. Now we can make some charged Certus by putting it in there and letting it do its thing. I have not checked our fuel supply recently. I know this one's out, but I've been kind of just letting it run to see how we're handling it. It looks like we're keeping up pretty decent because it has not even gotten into the blaze ember here yet at all. It's still burning off of that first simple fuel generator. So it looks like we're good on power gen for right now, which is a good thing because we said we were going to get into power like 5 episodes ago. Not sure how much of this we're probably going to need for the quest lines, but we are going to need some of it. So we'll go ahead and get some going because we're going to need it to make fluix, and that is going to be pretty big for us. So there we go. Turn off the pickup upgrade so that we keep the stuff in our inventory. And then are you done with our silicone? You are. So we need more engineering. So let's just do calculation since I just said engineering because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we're going to need 4 of these. We're going to need 4 of the gold. All right, so while those are working on it, let's make some more charged Certus. Let's get up to 10. That'll be a nice number. Should get us enough fluix for some cabling and getting things going. All right, so there's 10 of that. We can put our silicone back in the stack. I don't know what I did there. Did it let me smash the other silicone? Maybe it let me smash that other silicone. I don't know. I'd have to go back and like watch the clip to find out, but we don't need a silicone press. We need a logic press and put our gold in. Okay, let those 4 go. Let's take a look at the quest book. So the quest book is going to want us to make fluix crystals, which is done in water, charged Certus, redstone, and nether quartz. Hopefully we didn't use all of our nether quartz, but if we did, we can smelt up some more. So charge Certus redstone and that. We toss it in water. Let's turn... Oh, our pickup upgrade is off, so... let's do that, that, and that. Is that enough? Nope. We need... that got us 10, so we get, what, 2 per craft? Let's just do the rest of it, so... we can make more charged. There we go. All right, that gets us the 12 flux crystals it wanted us to have, and on to our last engineering circuits, and then we can make up the rest of the processors for the quest line. Ooh, we got another absorption hopper. So we got one of those for free. We made that dreadful dirt for the farm at the end of the last episode, and I did not go and make the redstone lamp so that I could turn the farm off. So while we're waiting on some things, maybe I should do that, because I bet you that thing is just slap full of mobs. Glowstone. Cool. And how do I make a redstone lamp again? Redstone lamp. There we go. And then we're going to need a lever too. So I just need a stick, which I should have in my backpack. And a piece of cobble. Where's it the other way? There we go. Let's see. We can put the sticks and the planks in the backpack. And that gets us some space. All right, let's go put this redstone lamp on the farm before we, like, overrun our base with stuff. Oops, I put way too many diamonds in there. Let's stop this thing right now. So that we don't run out of our printed silicone. That's got to come out. Printed silicone goes in, redstone goes in, and then we will do logic circuits, and then we're going to run to the yard. Let's see. /home yard. There we go. All right. Over here, let's break a hole in the top and put a lamp on it so that we don't keep getting mob spawns, and then we'll go clear whatever's in here. There's a witch for sure. So then if I break that, put the lamp there, there we go. All right, that should keep us from getting more mobs on us. And now we can squat down so everybody can see me. Oh, that necromancer can hit me from back there. That is not fair. Oh, and he can summon mobs out here with me too. That makes it even better. Let's eat. And let's turn our magnet back on. All right, let's go around the corner so he can't see us. Yeah, keep running back. There we go. That works. Awesome. All right, so now our mob farm is under control and not just spawning mobs at random. These are those summoned skeletons I was talking about. I've actually had them spawn in the hallway with me. What is that up there? Is that another summoned mob? What are you? Come here. Come here. What are you? No idea what that is, but it is not mad at me, so I guess I should leave it alone. Well, let me get away from these phantoms before they get me. Good lord. Alrighty. Now, made a redstone for up there. Next on our circuit list is the calculation ones. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these. All right, there, we're making up our last batch of processors. We fixed the farm. Sorry y'all had to watch that, but you know, this is the reality of what doing this stuff looks like, is sometimes it ain't too pretty. Ooh, we got a pair of ender drawers from a quest reward, or they dropped from those mobs. Had to be quest rewards, because, I mean, them dropping just sounds crazy. Pressurized fluid conduit, budding fully introxed fluix. What? They are the source of intro crystals. You can get the budding introx fluix by injecting an intro seed into a fluix block. The intro seeds are growing, making them similar. However, the degradation process of the budding fluix is unavoidable, and finally, it'll be turned into a quartz block. You can theoretically, you can get 10 intro crystals from a fully introx fluix one without fortune enchantment. Budding introx will always drop 1 intro dust when broken, regardless of what state it's in. Intro bud will drop intro shard when it isn't fully grown. Okay, cool. So that is for some of the advanced AE2 stuff. So let's just put that away for right now. We have our fluix. We've got some circuits. Let's see, where are we on the quest book? The logistics wants us to get into import-export, but I really want to get into the controller and a storage bus. So let's see what it takes to get there from here. Gives us some diamonds back. That's nice. Next thing is the controller. So for the controller, we just need some skystone block, which I do believe we have smelted some up. So skystone block, there we go. And then we should have everything else for our controller already crafted. Bam. There's our controller. Give us some freebies. Now, crafting terminal. This is how we're going to access it. Let's see. We're going to need to make an illuminated panel. And that illuminated panel is going to take quartz glass, right? Which means we've got to inscriber up some of our Certus quartz crystals. So if you put these into the inscriber, it is going to turn them into Certus quartz dust. We're going to just put everything up that'll go up out of our inventory. And I would like just like a chest. Let's use that weird yellow one we got out of room 2. So we'll put it over here for our presses for now. So if we can put our presses in there, at least we'll know they're there. We can keep our circuits in there. That keeps them out of the way. Pressurized fluid conduit from Ender.io. That's nice. Ooh, Fluix smart cable for free and some regular Fluix cable. The smart cable's a really good snag. I mean, that's actually kind of pricey to get. I mean, early game. I mean, once you get into automation, it's not too bad. Those ender drawers, we're going to put in here because I can think of a few uses. I just don't know what the best first use of it might be. Let's put our coins back away. Are there iron coins in here? There should be. Oh, they go in the top chest. Okay. This is why I want to get into storage too, is I can just shove everything into one spot. And we've got some nether quartz left. We should have more silicone. That's going to be interesting. Actually, I'd like to test that because that would be good for you guys to know. Let's put that food we cooked away. And then let's see what happens with this if we use our silicone press. So silicone press. So there's our Certus quartz dust. Look at that. It works. So we can use refined storage silicone to get printed silicone. So it's ore dictionary. You don't have to do the whole make it into a block to get the right one. You can just smelt up your nether quartz in your furnace and it is good to go. That is a huge relief because I was like, this seems jank. We need to make our quartz glass, which means we're going to need some glass. And an illuminated panel. We need glowstone, redstone, and iron. The stuff I just put up. Redstone, iron, and glowstone. Oh, look at that. We had a ton of Certus quartz dust. I forgot we didn't need to use the inscriber. We've been getting it from Civic. How many of you were yelling at me? Hopefully none of you. I don't like to be yelled at. Okay, it doesn't actually bother me if you yell at me because I can't hear you. All right, Fluix dust. Now that we aren't getting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe? Let's just do 6. Don't know how much of it we're going to need, but since we got these cables, we're going to need less than we would have because we got them cables for free. So now we need to make an annihilation core. And we need to make a formation core. And then we can make a terminal. And then we can go make a crafting table. And we can make a crafting terminal. There we have it. So now we've got essentially a system, but it's going to need power, and we're going to need a storage bus to tie into two things. We're going to need to make a storage controller for our sophisticated storage drawers, and we're going to need one for over here. So we're going to need two storage buses. So let's go see if those are in the quest line and what they take us to make. So, wait a minute. Why did I not get quest credit for the crafting terminal? I have it. What is a prereq that you're missing? Crystal resonance generator. Oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. We haven't needed one of them yet, but okay. Fluix. Uses. Resonance generator. Need blocks of copper, 3 blocks of iron, and a charged Certus. So I'm going to need to charge a Certus. Copper. Put up our iron. All this stuff is going into our backpack. That's just great. Okay. So now we should be able to make this crystal resonance generator. There we go. Sweet. Why that is a requirement, I don't know. I guess technically the resonance generator is enough to power your base storage or something along those lines. But let's just set this thing up so that we can see. We still don't have discs or anything like that. And our inventory is a disaster. Like, this is bad juju. Oh, and we got that book we haven't even messed with. We can use, like, skills and stuff. I don't know. Let's put this printed silicone away. We can put the silicone in there. We can put some of that stuff in there, and that helps us clean up enough to be able to function. Eat. There we go. So now AE Logistics wants us to make 12 Fluix cable, but we need quartz fiber first, which is just glass and Certus quartz dust, which we just remembered we have tons of and don't have to put it in the inscriber. So now we can make that quartz fiber, which was something like this, with this in the middle. And it wanted us to make 15. So if we go to recipes on this, so there's that. That is going to use all of our Fluix, isn't it? 9. Yep. All right. So we are out of Fluix, but that completes that portion of the quest line. It wants us to make an import bus and an export bus. And then we can make the ME drive controller thingy. So for import and export, it looks like we're going to need a piston and 2 pistons and some iron. So let's once again get out planks from the backpack, put our redstone in there. I'll put our iron in there, grab out regular stack of iron. We can put our copper back away. And then now we should be able to make these pistons again. Nope, we're missing cobble. Did I put that cobble in my backpack? In this backpack. There we go. Pistons. Here are 2 pistons. How are we doing on time? We are getting close to an episode, but I mean, it's going to be a good one because we're going to have storage by the end of it. We might only just get it hooked up, but we're going to make it there. So there we go. AE Logistics, we can get inputs and outputs. Now we need a disk drive. This is where we store things natively on the network. We should actually have everything we need to craft that already in our inventory, thanks to the quest line. Now it wants us to make a 1K disk. So we need 4 charged Certus or 4 regular Certus. What are we missing then? 1K storage part, right? 1K storage part. We're missing nothing. Cool. And then 1K item storage cell. We're missing some quartz glass, which we can make. And we're missing 1 copper. Seems like every time I put something away, I need it again. Be so glad to have a storage system. So there we have it, ME drive. Now, the things we really need, I don't know where they are in the quest line. It looks like maybe they're not a part of the quest line. Yeah, so it doesn't talk about our storage controllers and stuff like that. In here, we're going to stop following the quest line right there because now we essentially have a fully functional storage that we can power up with just that resonance crystal generator. So let's go ahead and set that up just in case that's where you're at in your world, because some of you are going to see this title and watch it as like, hey, I can get going in AE2, and you can do this earlier than we have done it. Don't be like Wooly and wait so long that you're miserable when you go to set all this up, because you could have done this a lot sooner, especially with it wanting you to make that crystal resonance generator. Really, as soon as you start getting Certus Quartz dust, you are good to start in on this. I think that's really the big item that you need. So let's put that loot box back. Drive. Good Lord. Let's turn off while we're going to be placing and breaking things. Let's turn that magnet off so that doesn't keep happening. There we go. All right, we can put our storage disk in there, and now to power this thing, we should, in theory, be able to just put a resonance generator on here, and that should be enough to power up our AE2 system. Now, the last piece is going to be some way to interact with our disks and everything else. And we can put the crafting terminal right on some Fluix right on top, and here we have it. Something that'll hold 1,000 items right here in front of us. So we can go ahead and pull back out our stuff we slapped in there for that. And we could go ahead and grab all of this stuff that's in this chest, because this is all stuff for AE2. We'll leave our presses there just to leave them, but we'll put this stuff in just in case we need to make some more stuff. Now, a couple quick things. I like to sort by number of items, descending, and then we can change how it searches. And that is one of my favorite things to do, is to change the search to be JEI synced. So we want it to use JEI. And then now when I go in here, if I type in here what I'm looking for, like the storage bus, I can look up the recipe directly. And then I can tell it I need to make some pistons. Cool, 1, 2. And since we had all those materials that we put in there, we can just craft them right out of the system. Last thing we're going to need to make is some more formation cores and some more annihilation cores. But we need to make a little bit more Fluix. So let me make a little bit more Fluix, and I'll be right with you. Alrighty, made us up a touch more Fluix so that we can make up both our annihilation and formation cores that we need for crafting up our storage bus. So wait on it to change again. And then we need, we are out of logic processors. So, yep, we're just going to need to make up one more of those with some gold and the logic press. And then we'll grab out, hopefully there's some printed silicone left. There's 1 printed silicone left, and we need 1 redstone. So there's that. And then if we put all these in here together, we'll get our logic press, or our logic processor. We can put our press back away. And now if we put this right here, there's our, we already have formation. We need annihilation core. So there's that. There's our annihilation core. And now we can make our ME interface. We can make our storage bus. Now we're going to need 2 of these, so I'm going to have to go through and make a couple more pistons. Actually, we probably do it all together, so we can just show you how this will work. There's the 2 pistons. Here is the ME interface, and here is the second storage bus. Sweet. So now we're going to grab out some cable, and then what we're going to do is we're going to annihilate some stuff. First and foremost, we're going to put the storage bus on the side of here. And drawers, we always want to be like one of the highest priorities, so we're going to set it to 20. And then next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get our, maybe we can put our crystal resonance, maybe we can put our ME controller right here. And then we can put our crystal resonance generator. I was hoping I could put it on the bottom, but I can't get under it unless I go a block more, which is either fine or we can do it on the side. So why don't we do this? Let's go right there, and then we'll put our crystal resonance generator on the side. That'll get it powered up. And then can I put my crafting terminal right on it? Nope, I can't. I need the... So we need to put some Fluix cable, like right here, and then I can put our crafting terminal right below the controller where we can see it. There we go. Now we can see everything that's tied in on that drawer wall right there. And then if we take our disk drive, we put it right here, and we toss in our storage disk, all the stuff that was in our storage disk, we can also see. Now, when you break it, your settings are going to clear. So we're going to have to come back in here. We're going to have to use JEI and then automatically clear terminal grid pin. I really want it sync with JEI search. Okay, that's the way I really like it because I can type up here. There we go. And it types in over in JEI. So now we have that. So that gets us our storage controller. The next step is we are going to need to get all the way across the room with some cabling to connect up to our chest wall over there. So I'm going to just go to the ceiling, work my way over. I'm probably going to have to make some more cable, but we did get that extra Fluix smart cable, which will work just the same as this stuff. So I'm going to grab it out, and maybe we've got enough to get where we need to get. There's 12 of it we got for free. So let's see. Maybe this will get us there. Then we're going to have one more block to craft. So here we go. Need to break this bamboo. Can we parkour our way onto the chest wall? We sure can. Oh no! We are out of cable length, but we could get kind of cute. Let's go see what it takes to make that storage controller. So for sophisticated storage controller. So this thing right here, we are going to need one of these. We need some stone, some redstone comparators, stuff like that. Okay, let's go get out some of our valuables. We'll grab our redstone torches. We will grab out some stone, and then I think we might have everything we need. So we'll put all that in there. And then our storage controller, we're going to need 2 of these comparators. 2. All right, we had just enough of that. We need any sophisticated storage thing, and I think we have chest in here. Cool. Okay, and there we go. So now we have another storage controller. And this storage controller, we want to get as close as we possibly can to our chests, but we do have some packing tape, and we can get kind of cute with how we do this. So if we put that there, and then I was to just grab out some blocks out of our block chest and put me like a little bit of stairs, I can get up here and I can put a storage bus on this. Now, we want this to be a lower priority than anything else. We would rather it go onto disk. This is like overflow. So we're going to set it to like -100. But now, if we come over here, not yet, Wooly, you didn't finish. All right, so as I mentioned, packing tape. We need to connect our storage drawers to that. So if I just pick this up and then put it down there, and I get out one more roll of packing tape, and I pick up this one, and I put it right there, now this is one multi-block of drawers, and we should be able to see every single thing we have in anything except the don't get distracted chest in our storage system. So if we clear that out, there you have it. We have access to all of our materials inside of AE2 now, all in one room. Now, we're going to need to work on wireless access to this, but this I do believe is a great place to wrap it up. I hope you guys were able to follow along. It was a touch chaotic with the silicone sourcing there, and it may run a little long. Sorry about that. But this is AE2 tying into both a functional storage controller and a sophisticated storage controller all in a single episode. I think our jailers better look out because we are well on our way to breaking out of prison. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see y'all next time.